Hey guys, welcome to the Power Chamber Podcast, episode 2567.
It's episode 11.
Shut up.
I'm pretty sure that's where we are. I don't know, it's really confusing since we left SoundCloud. It's just weird. But yes, welcome to the Power Chamber Podcast, not to be confused with Julio's Power Chamber. And also, this is our big mid-season finale special, part 1.
Oh yeah, we
have not done that. We have not talked about that.
We have not talked about that. Holy shit, I completely forgot. I know you have the review up now.
Yeah.
So
did you watch it?
Yes.
Okay. What did you think?
I thought it was pretty good. It made that you touched on everything, and like you said, that whole fart scene was like, it brought back the memories of last time.
Yeah, that's why I didn't like it. I was like, son of a bitch. In fact, in the review, if you notice, I used the same seriously from that video.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh, he used it.
I quite literally re-downloaded the video and then just chopped it up and put it in there because I thought it would be funny.
It's the episode is
it's actually
pretty good.
Yeah,
it's just got bad qualities in it.
Yeah, it's got some bad things in it, but as I was like going through the review and making the video, I was like, you know what, this isn't half bad. They still do a lot of really good character stuff, I think.
Yeah, so, especially with Red Ranger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, it's a good thing we got to this point before the mid-season. Though it is kind of weird. I don't know.
Like I said, I'm surprised that we didn't get a 6th Ranger, which I can't wait because I'm sure the next couple episodes that start back up we'll hear something about him,
Yeah.
So.
At least something. Maybe he'll be evil. And then he probably won't be evil, which means because Sentai likes to do that with their Dino series.
A lot.
So they just they will do it, I'm sure, just because they want to. But I wanted to pretty much gauge your reaction. How do you think the season's going so far?
I think so far one of the best seasons since Saban started back up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is definitely a step up from Samurai and Megaforce. But I don't know, man. There hasn't been like a good selection of episodes where I'm like, yeah.
Well, I mean, with this show, you got some really good stuff and great character development. But the problem is that as many good episodes as there been so far, there's almost been
as many bad episodes, yeah.
Which catches up.
Because there's 2 terrible episodes. There is
one.
I think there are at least 3 good episodes, and then there are 2 that are just okay, and that's what it is. So it's kind of all over the place.
Anything that makes the Black Ranger make him seem like he's not a jerk.
Yeah,
are the bad episodes. He's a completely horrible character. Yeah. You cannot argue with me on that.
That whole flower thing.
Yeah,
it's a well executed scene. I'll give it that. Like had that not been the capstone to it, I'd been like, all right, because the way that he's able to take out all the clones is pretty awesome. But then he brings up the flowers, which if you look at the shots before they start fighting, they don't have the flowers.
Yeah, I was watching very carefully. No flowers were in their belts.
So I'm like, what? I just flashed back to when I was watching Big Hero 6 at the end. I was like, how the hell did that happen? I don't get it. I mean, I understand what you're trying to do, but man. And then a lot of people were talking about this is again a plot that has been done in Power Rangers, and they kind of just glance over it really fucking quickly. It's really weird.
I know. I was like, oh, okay, it's Power Rangers. I'm just gonna let it slide.
And I don't even think we get like a Red Ranger clone, which is odd.
We didn't, did we?
Wait a minute.
Did we?
Has there ever been a Red Ranger clone?
Yeah.
I don't think that's ever happened. That's weird.
Yeah, there was a Red Ranger clone, especially with space.
No. That's different. That's the Psychos. That's something completely different.
Well, there was also
because the Psychos were of course doppelgangers, but they still had the gray color panels on them, so that you knew they were evil.
I don't. Was that also where the episode where they also switched all their colors so that they could take them on?
It wasn't the same episode, but it was around that time, yeah. It was a couple episodes after that, I think.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember.
Yeah. So, I don't think we've ever, once had a Red Ranger clone.
I bet if I look on that internet, I find one.
Probably, but I don't think I've ever seen one. I know that they did kind of do that in Lightspeed with the whole Robot Ranger thing. I don't know. Huh. Because I know that they didn't do it specifically in MMPR. Even when the putties became, the Rangers themselves, they still didn't have a red one.
Huh. Well, you learn something new every day.
So, yeah, I don't think they've ever actually done that, which is odd. I would have figured that they would have done that. That would have been probably an easier thing to do. Just, have a clone Tyler and lead the other Rangers into some kind of trap and then just attack. I think I would have preferred that more than what ends up happening. Because they literally just like, clones! That's it. We took them out. All right. Let's move on. And that's the end of the scene.
What I find so pretty funny is that they just built this tracker and then immediately lose it.
Immediately after they have to destroy it. Yeah, I didn't think about that until the second time I watched it. I was like, damn, they just made that thing. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure they can rebuild it.
That's what I'm saying. They're worried about destroying it, and I'm just like, you built it from scratch. Can you not do it again?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. I mean, they still have the remains, so I'm almost certain that they can actually take it out there. And I don't know if this is an issue, but it was something I thought of. Why the hell did they take it outside?
That is a very good question. I did not think about that.
They didn't have to do that in the last episode.
Yeah, they kept it in the lab.
And it uses a satellite network, so I'm assuming that they don't have to do it again. The only reason that I didn't mention it is because it could be that they were looking at a place where they were out of range. I don't know. It's just weird.
Maybe they were aligning with the satellite. I don't freaking know. It's very weird. Yeah. I don't get it.
So I don't know if that was a problem or not. It's just something I thought of.
I don't know. It's Power Rangers. It's something you just gotta be like, you didn't see anything.
Yeah. I was really freaked out because this is the first time we actually knock out a Power Ranger. Yeah. I was like, nice. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good. But I like the way this season is going. It's weird. When I first saw this episode, my first thought was, I don't know. I feel like I'm liking the characters of the show more than I'm liking the show itself.
I think that's what it is, because it's just got such great character development, but not that really strong episode.
Yeah. It's not very good on a story perspective. There hasn't been any a really great story being told. There's just really good characters interacting with each other, and that's about it.
I mean, for a show, that's pretty good.
Which I'm fine with if we get something later on in the season that is an actual really good story.
I couldn't see why not. The show's already good, and they have the potential. Maybe they just need to have one writer write one good episode and not have multiple. I know it's good to have some multiple writers just to look over things. But
and this was definitely one of the better ones that was written by 3 people.
Yeah, oh yeah.
At least they were consistent. I'm pretty sure that the reason that they did that was because they had one writer talk about the whole Clone Rangers plot, and then another one talking about the whole Tyler and Fury thing.
Yeah.
And then a third writer to kind of make sure that they were meshing well together.
Yeah.
By the way, I really love that scene.
Oh, which scene?
Fury versus Tyler.
Yeah, you really enjoyed that when you were doing the podcast.
It's a really well done scene.
Because the battle was done so well.
Yeah. It's not only a great action scene, but Tyler stays on top for most of the fight because he's so pissed off.
And he's demorphed for most of it too.
Which I find odd. I'm surprised he doesn't go for the morph.
Well, he was morphed at first and then got demorphed.
Yeah, when he got thrown off the bike, but then
never more.
Fury starts charging at him, and he doesn't ever do it again.
Maybe it was a way to avoid the Sentai maybe
I don't know. Maybe it was a cost cutting measure. I honestly don't know why they didn't do it.
I don't know.
I still like it though. I'm pretty sure the only reason they didn't do it is because they wanted to have Tyler show all his facial interactions, which actually really work well for the scene.
I know
because you can see that conflict within him where he's like,
well, that's like we said, the show's characters are so well done. These were so well casted people.
Yeah.
Which Alejandro doesn't think the whole caveman thing works. I tend to disagree with him.
I don't either. It's gotten better, partly because we got the Return of the Caveman episode, which I was totally fine with. I think that's what won me over with the whole dialogue thing. So it doesn't really bother me that much anymore.
I mean, even when you hear him talk, I hardly notice it. Yeah.
It did but I knew it initially threw me off in the second episode when he's like talking while in the suit, and it just doesn't, like, because that's before you find out he's a caveman, and so it's just like weird.
It threw you off?
Yeah. I was like, what the hell? And I believe my brother turned to me and he was like, I don't think that guy speaks English. When we were watching that episode, it's just, yeah.
So, that's it for the mid-season finale.
Yeah. Oh, well, one question.
What?
Just because we're at mid-season, what is your favorite episode so far, and what is your least favorite episode so far? So we can get a perspective on this.
I think Breaking Black is like my least favorite episode out of the whole show.
Yeah.
I just think that was just so poorly done.
It's a big downer.
And then they act like they act like he was the hero that he broke the spell, but in the end it was Shelby. We all know that. And I
don't get it. And
no, like there was no development at all in this episode. There wasn't even an attempt.
They tried. They tried to say that this has happened, and it didn't work.
So, and then I think my favorite episode was I'm gonna have to say the whole caveman story arc. Yeah. Because he gets like just this full episode devoted to him, which was really well done.
Yeah, it's super well done, and I'll have to agree with you on that. Like, Breaking Back is definitely a terrible episode. It's not good, man.
I mean, at least with the other episode that he had with the Green Ranger, you can kind of argue that there was some sort of development there, even though it was very, very, very,
very little. I think my only differentiating factor, because I watched both of those reviews back to back to kind of see, because my brother was talking about how I hated The Tooth Hurts more than I hated Breaking Black, and I watched both of those, and I was like, no, Breaking Black is still terrible. I mean, it starts out okay, and then it just nosedives into just
pure, just like
everything's inconsistent, and nothing makes sense. They have that line at the end of the episode that makes absolutely no sense. But then there's The Tooth Hurts, which, while is an awful episode, you still got Riley there, and he's such a likable character that I'm just like, yeah,
I like him. Yeah, he kind of makes this episode watchable.
He makes up for a lot of the crap that's in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, who's your favorite character so far? Just so we're on this topic.
I don't know. Too early for me to tell.
Really? Oh.
Too early. I can't say because
that's a good point. Like,
because all the characters I equally like, but no one has got that episode where I'm like, yeah. And I'm just like, you're my favorite character.
Which is weird, because, like, they had kind of a 1-2 punch, because, like, Coda had one, and I was like, yeah. And then Shelby had one, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah, Shelby's like...
and then this one, Tyler had one, and I'm like, yeah. So, it's kind of on equal footing.
If anything...
It's kind of a three-way tie between those characters.
If anything, I think Shelby may end up being my favorite character this season in the end.
Yeah. By the way, what did you think about that? The whole, her... wanting to go find Tyler, and she has this whole plan planned out, and then Keeper's like, nah. You guys have to go do the thing because, you know. And I kind of get it, but then I kind of don't.
Why can't we just send, a couple Rangers over here, a Ranger over here,
Because she's kind of like... Because she could find him, I'm sure.
I mean, he has the morpher. Yeah. They could find him.
Yeah,
they can track him.
That's a good point. They could have used the E-Tracer to find him.
That's what I'm saying. He could have easily been found. I'm like, so I don't know what the problem was. But Sentai. That's I'm gonna blame it on the Sentai.
Yeah.
So Daredevil.
Oh yeah, let's talk about this.
Okay, so Daredevil just released on Netflix, and if you don't know, Netflix will be releasing. They're going to release 3 more shows.
Yeah.
Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, and Luke Cage.
Yeah.
I think the next one is Luke Cage.
No, the next one's Jessica Jones.
Is it Jessica Jones?
Yeah.
I thought it was Luke Cage.
No, Jessica Jones is going to be the next show with David Tennant as Purple Man.
So
which I'm like, yeah.
So who's gonna get the last series? Is it Iron Fist? That's what I heard.
I don't know, actually. It could be Iron Fist. All I know is that once they're done with that, they're going to introduce the Defenders, which is going to be them teaming up together.
Yeah, and I'm surprised. I was like waiting for something at the end of Daredevil, like the last episode. Like, okay, show me that always like secret ending that you guys always
credit scene.
yeah, and then like nothing ever happened. I'm like, damn it.
It's still a good show, though.
It really was. It was really well done. And I'm sorry if you guys don't like the fucking black suit. I know this is like a complaint.
What?
There are people complaining about this black suit. Go look up your comic history.
Don't like the black suit?
No. I'm like, go look up your comic history. He wore that black suit.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that's the thing.
Second of all, it looked really well.
Yeah, it did look good.
I would wear that. I'm like, I don't know why people are complaining about this thing. Like, it's obviously hiding his face. I'm like,
yeah. I'm pretty sure people are just pissed off because it does nothing to protect him.
Well, the whole thing, the whole idea
they make a whole big thing about the suit not being able to protect him, which is why he gets another one.
Yeah, that was the whole reason for him getting the other suit.
So, yeah, I don't understand the point of that.
And I mean, and then I know there was this whole thing about, oh, well, does he have the baton? And I'm like,
yeah. This
is the start to the character. If you don't like the build-up, I'm sorry, but it has to be done right.
Yeah.
He can't just be Daredevil.
Yeah, that's true. And it's kind of an origin story, but then it's also not.
Yes.
Because he's still going out, but we don't know at first why or even how.
He does. He says why when he first started.
In the first episode?
No, not in the first episode.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, in the first
episode. We don't start in the first, we don't start with him beating the guy who messed with his daughter.
Well, basically the show tells you he started a little bit earlier than what this was.
Yeah, but he's still very new at it, which is why he constantly fails a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, you got to keep in mind, Daredevil was created and at a time when Thor, Captain America, and the Avengers were handling bigger world-threatening,
which is kind of exactly what happened in this show.
Yeah, threatening faces villains and stuff that have threatened the world. Daredevil stepped in because he wanted to defend the people who were just being handled by regular criminals. Thus, Daredevil was born.
Yeah.
And, which is good because in this show, it's still connected to the Marvel Universe of the movies.
Yeah.
They make plenty of references. There's newspaper clippings of all the movies. Yeah. So it's all still there. So which will also be interesting because, when the shows continues, it's also going to affect, when the Age of Ultron happens, it's also going to affect the show on the TV show.
That's true. I didn't actually think about that.
Because they did it with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. when Captain America came out.
Yeah, when
it
Winter
actually
Soldier
affected the show.
Yeah.
So it
made that show better, oddly enough. It was crazy. Because it turns out one of their agents is Hydra. Sorry, spoilers for people who haven't seen that show, but damn, that was awesome.
But yeah, so I mean, so this will be pretty interesting. I enjoyed seeing Daredevil, and I mean, especially after people were complaining about that movie so much.
Yeah.
Which
it's weird.
I know you don't completely hate it.
I don't. It's a fun watch. I will attest it has a lot of problems.
Oh, I mean, Elektra was completely
horrible. God.
I
just, it's terrible.
That's why I think this TV show does a lot better because he's not just Daredevil like in the movie. He was already Daredevil. And so,
that's true, yeah. You don't really get a whole lot of things about, where that name come from or blah, blah, blah. He's just kind of a superhero that goes out and does shit.
And interesting about this TV show is that at first they do not explain the content of his powers.
Yeah, they don't explain how his powers work at all. They just explain that his senses are heightened, and that's all you get is that he can hear things.
Yeah, but if you hear when Foggy talks, he's like he always knows when the cute ones are in him.
Yeah,
and so you really kind of got to understand how. If you don't know who Daredevil is at first, you're going to be a little bit confused about how he knows all these certain things. Or you can say, oh, he can just hear really well. Well, no, he can also smell,
taste. Yeah, it's weird.
Taste like miles away. It's interesting.
Yeah, the guy with the cologne.
Yeah,
Thought that was crazy.
I laughed at
that. That was a great scene, by the way, of him just being like, "Oh, he didn't believe you," and just taking a friggin' fire extinguisher and dropping it on that guy, just waiting for it. Yeah. He's not even looking; just there it is,
right there.
I thought that was awesome.
Kingpin was really well done.
Oh my god! My brother was watching this show. He sent me a Facebook message, and he was like, "Man, I wonder." How much it cost for Stan Lee to get somebody to make a genetic 3D copy of Kingpin from the comics? I just don't.
I know he looks almost like Kingpin
and sounds exactly like him. I'm like,
so for those who don't know who Kingpin is, his name is Wilson Fisk. So when you hear that name and we say Kingpin, that's who we're talking about.
Yeah, and they're very, very subtle about the name Kingpin in the show.
Did they even use it?
They didn't. Yeah. But the card on the bulletin board is King. The Kingpin.
Huh. Interesting.
So it's a very subtle reference. And the only reason I got it is because I was like, ha, Kingpin.
and then those who actually, like our age, may recognize Kingpin from the old Spider-Man, the animated series.
Yeah.
He did play a big part in that show.
Yeah, he's also in the Spider-Man 3 video game.
Yeah.
Just in case, which, by the way, that game is so much better than the movie. Because it actually fixes a lot of problems that movie had.
So, yeah, I mean, so Wilson Fisk was really well done. And I was actually kind of glad they gave him a story.
Yeah.
They built him up. Oh, man.
It's so crazy, man.
So, I was...
And that's such a great scene, by the way. Well, actually, we'll get to that now. Side note, friggin' former Power Rangers in this show. That was weird.
Which one?
That was the Russian guy. Vladimir is Dominic from Power Rangers Jungle Fury.
Really?
Yes.
That's pretty hilarious.
I thought so too. When I first saw him, I was like, "Hey!" And then I'm watching this show, and Jungle Fury did not do that guy any favors, because he's a really good actor.
Mm-hmm. He really is. Like, his whole scene was really well done.
His whole story is really well fucking done. It was amazing.
I'm surprised. This show has a lot of great story for each character.
Yeah.
Foggy.
Every character's important. Holy crap. Like, I didn't expect Karen Page to be a recurring thing.
Do you know there's, like, secret hints to, like, certain villains of Daredevil actually being in here? And if you're not paying attention, you completely miss it.
Yeah, and I probably missed a lot of them, too.
Like, I heard at some point there was a symbol for Bullseye. And I was like, really? And I was like, I didn't even see it.
Yeah.
There was this whole diagram for like a blade saw or some shit, and that's supposed to be like a major villain.
Oh yeah, that's right. I heard about that.
And so I was and then like I was like, I'm not for spoilers for anybody. Watch out here.
Yeah, this is spoiler filled. We're gonna talk about the show.
So I thought one of the interesting was when he found the old Asian lady.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You're coming with me," and all of a sudden, boom! I was just like, "What just happened?"
She kung fu'd his ass. It was awesome.
And like he still felt the pain, and he like didn't know what happened.
Yeah.
Like that's how his face looked like.
I was like, yeah. I've seen enough kung fu movies to know. I'm like, yeah.
Like I knew I was expecting her to be something, but all of a sudden she just turned badass out of nowhere after like walking.
And then she just leaves.
Like the way she walks, she just like has a cane and she kind of her legs are stiff, and so she kind of walks slowly. But no, like all of a sudden kung fu mode, legs are spread and everything, and you're just like, whoa, calm down.
What the hell? It was crazy.
She's
apparently going to be coming back for Iron Fist when they do that, because that's the symbol that's being put on the drugs.
Yes.
I didn't know that, but I heard about that, and I was
I
like,
saw that right away.
That's awesome.
Oh man, so that'll be really fun. I can't wait for this. And supposedly she's going back home. So, I expect Iron Fist to run into her at some point.
Yeah. And it's going to be really interesting because this is a really well done show.
And so...
Like, just cinematography-wise, it looks really good. The intro is really good. And the acting is really good. My God.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And the story is surprisingly really fast-paced for being spaced out within 13 episodes.
Yeah, 13 episodes that are hour-long each.
A lot of stuff happens, and it's all important.
And by the way, if you're not paying attention as to watching this show, you probably missed something important.
Yeah.
Like, you may not think you have, but you have.
Yeah.
Like, there was this whole thing, like, when the girl got poisoned, and then they had a small scene where they talk about how they betrayed Fisk just to kill this one girl.
Yeah.
It's just like...
It's a really good scene, too. A lot of these are really good scenes. I liked the priest. All his dialogue was really
I knew the priest is a big part of Daredevil.
Yeah.
And so I was surprised when I didn't see, like, the first, like, 6 episodes, like, not the priest, and I'm like, huh, that's interesting. I was waiting for more of that, and then it finally happens.
Yeah. Because you think of that one scene at the beginning of the show, and then that was about it, and I was like, well, I guess that's the end of that guy. Then he comes back. It's just weird.
Foggy's character was really well done.
Yeah.
To him, actually, being all for the law, really hating... Really hating...
That was a really good turn, man. I really appreciated that. In the second episode, or was it the second episode? I don't know.
What?
It was one of the early episodes when they're defending that one guy because Wesley goes to them and he's like, hey, I'm hiring you, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
I think that was like the third episode or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah.
Oh, yeah, because the second episode he was almost dying with Claire. Yeah, that's right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
So.
And then the fourth and fifth episodes were the bombing.
Yeah.
Which Foggy finds out about the masked man at that point.
Fifth and sixth episode was the bombing.
Was it? Well, that's when Foggy...
How in the hell... Yeah, I don't get how you stop watching after episode 5.
I told you I had to...
I was so into it, man.
I had to come and pick you up.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Thank you. But man, I was so into it. Like that, I watched straight up 6 episodes in the course of a day.
Yeah, I bet you didn't sleep though.
I know. It's actually why we recorded the last podcast late, is because I had to sleep off that whole thing, and you had called me like 4 in the afternoon. I was like, it's not gonna happen.
This isn't a thing.
Yeah, and episode 6 is probably my favorite.
But Foggy he really hates the masked man because he's a vigilante and he goes against the law technically.
Yeah.
And so Foggy really hates them, and and then when the whole confrontation, when he finds out,
Yeah, which I honestly didn't expect to happen. I didn't see that coming at all, and I was like,
I didn't know if they were going to do it this season
or next season. Yeah.
But I was like, because I know Foggy knows. In the comics, he knows.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he helps out the Daredevil a lot. Stitches him up, too. A couple times. So, it's,
Yeah.
It was an interesting thing to see, Just like, it's like, okay, he hates the Daredevil. I can't wait till when he finds out. And, like, he's asking legitimate questions.
Yeah.
Can you actually see?
Yeah.
Has everything you've told me a lie? Are we really even friends? It's just like...
Yeah. It was weird because I've told a lot of people to watch this show, and Haley was like, she was really pissed off at the whole Foggy being mad at Murdoch, and I was like, well, it kind of makes sense. He's like, I think he's overreacting. I was like, not really.
No, he's not. He feels betrayed. This is his best friend.
Yeah.
He knows he's blind, and he cares for him because he's blind. He worries about him. He comes to his house on a daily basis, And, like, when he gets bruised up, he's worried to think maybe someone should take care of him,
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry. Him overreacting...
I don't think it is overreacting.
Him being like that is not overreacting. That's him being concerned. Him being felt like he'd been lied to for a while.
Yeah.
As a true friend. You think he would tell him after he's told him everything.
Yeah.
And, even at the end of the show, Foggy isn't really, like, super accepting of the whole thing. But he's like, I understand why you have to do it.
I did like that right before he puts on the red suit. And he's like, look, I know I haven't earned back your trust yet, but somebody has to go take it out, and I have to go do this.
Yeah, somebody has to get Wilson Fisk before he gets away.
Yeah.
And, like, Foggy's just standing there at the door. Like, they make this a good long pause, and he's like, take care of yourself. And then he, like, goes and runs back to the car.
Yeah. It's so well done, man. I also didn't expect Ben Urich to die. What the hell?
Yeah, I was like, no! I was like, I loved him.
I was like, yo!
I was like,
he just turned, in that one moment, he's like,
you involved my mother. He goes, yeah. He goes, so what are you going to do? Shut me up? No, I'm going to kill you. And I'm just like, no!
I was like, oh my god. But then that makes sense because that's who Wilson Fisk is. Just kill a motherfucker. Take a dude's head off with a car door.
Damn, that scene was just brutal. That lasted forever.
Man. It was weird because I was watching that episode and I was like, are they really going to make this villain guy, this whole sappy romantic dude? I don't understand. This guy doesn't seem as threatening, and then that scene happens and I was like, holy shit!
Like, when you piss off Wilson Fisk, you've pissed off the beast.
Yeah, I also didn't expect Wesley to die either. That came out of nowhere.
Well, you know the assistant will die.
Oh, yeah, that's true, but, like, I didn't get it. Like, well, I mean, because I was expecting him to be, like, in the wheelchair like he is in the Spider-Man animated series.
Mm-hmm.
But then he's just dead. And that really surprised me. I did not expect that scene to go that way, especially how it was playing out. I was like, oh no, she's going to start working for Fisk and blah, 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 blah. No, she just shoots him.
Not even
and
that
leaves.
guy. Not even that guy. Her, the woman, she's going to die.
Oh.
That's Daredevil's, like, second love ever. I think his first was Elektra.
Oh.
And then it was her. So I think it was, I forget. I get it mixed up who was first. But in the comics, after saving her a couple times, when he becomes the actual Daredevil in the red suit, she dies.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, thanks for ruining that for me.
Yep, she'll die.
It's okay. I'm fully expecting Elektra to die when they introduce her.
Oh, she has to.
Yeah.
She has to become...
It's going to be important.
To be important, she has to. An interesting comic book fact. The first supervillain he faced was Electro.
Huh.
Yeah.
That seems like a pretty awesome fight.
Yeah, apparently, like, he got his ass handed to him.
Oh, really?
And then he got back up again, and he's like... Using his senses, he knew the water would take out Electro.
Nice.
Yeah, so fun comic book fact for y'all.
Yeah. These are really brutal action scenes in this show.
They really are. Like,
damn, his fight with the ninja. I was like, oh my god.
Oh, the red ninja.
Yeah.
Oh man, I like the fight also with his master, the blind.
Yeah, that's
swordsman.
a really good idea. Yeah, him fighting Stick was awesome.
Yeah, that was amazing, and just like wow. and then of course who was the Stickman talking to at the end? Who was that?
I did.
I know he's somebody.
I can tell by the way that guy looks that he's somebody.
I mean, right? But I mean, my Daredevil knowledge doesn't spread out to that much.
Yeah.
For all I know, that's like Doctor Strange or some shit.
No,
I know it's not Doctor Strange.
Not Doctor Strange.
But Doctor Strange is getting his own movie.
Yeah.
So I can't wait.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Is he? No, it's not.
It is.
It can't be.
It is him.
I swear it was somebody else.
No, it's him.
Is it Benedict?
Yeah. He was casted a while back.
Okay. No.
Why?
Really? He's too white.
What?
He's too white.
He's too white?
Yeah.
Fair enough. I don't know anything about Doctor Strange. I haven't even seen the animated movie. I will watch it because it's on Netflix.
I mean, because Doctor Strange is a very tanned, colored fellow. Like, you know, he's been out in the sun kind of way.
That's true.
And like, he's
he's
an older guy.
As far as now,
he's always kind of been an older guy.
And even then, I'm pretty sure Benedict Cumberbatch is still playing well.
I think he'll play him well, but I just don't think I'm not sure when I look at him, I'm gonna see Doctor Strange. I'm gonna see a great actor who may play Doctor.
They're gonna give him the cape, and he's no. I mean, they've been doing so well with casting so far.
We'll see.
I have very little doubt that this will turn into anything else. Because I mean,
have they decided who they were gonna play for Black Panther?
Yeah.
I know they decided.
It was Chadwick Boseman. Who played Jackie Robinson, and also James Brown.
He could probably pull it off. Yeah.
He better. Again, the casting for the superheroes has not been wrong.
So far.
Ever. So far. Even with Charlie Cox, who's playing Daredevil right now, oh my god.
Yeah, he was a really great choice.
For the first half of the show, I was thinking, for the first 4 episodes, I was thinking, man, this dude looks a lot like Hugh Dancy. I can't see him as anything other than a blind Will Graham. And then I think it was after Stick that like he fully became Daredevil to me, and I just was like, no, you're Matt Murdock.
Well, what I found interesting about the show is that Daredevil is very acrobatic, and like in the first few episodes, you don't really see it quite yet.
Well, I mean, you see it in that first action scene.
Kinda.
I did like that first action scene,
and it wasn't until like till you really got a good look at it is when he started finding his instructor, the Red Ninja, and like running on the roofs to the drug place.
Yeah, that was
like
great.
That was like the best like acrobatics I've seen in a while.
I also thought it was really cool of him jumping and dodging the bullets in the sewer.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just really like that shot. I understand it absolutely makes no sense, but I like
what how he dodges it.
Yeah, well, not how he dodges it. It's not like the best, most impressive thing because you would expect him to be able to do that. But I don't know, for whatever reason, I found it really cool. Still.
Yeah. But I mean, he can just sense where the bullets are going to hit, so he just moves. It's interesting. You can tell by the aim.
Yeah.
I like his powers. They're interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what they are.
I'm sorry.
I don't know what they are specifically. They move a lot. They move away pretty far from the whole radar sense thing that was introduced in the movie.
Well, I mean, he still has that.
I understand, but they don't showcase it.
Yeah, they don't showcase it like it. But I think I thought that was a good idea. The
only time we ever see what he sees is whenever he does the whole world on fire thing. The one time he mentions it.
Yeah,
and they show it once, and it's only on screen for like a minute, and then it's
yeah,
gone.
most people won't get right away.
And then, but I did like all the close-ups of him, like whenever he's like focusing his abilities and hearing people.
I mean, he almost
conversations from a distance.
Like if I knew, if like the whole thing, it's like wow, he does this part so well.
Yeah, it's really good.
So to finish,
and I also really love this suit. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, we can definitely talk about that.
The final Daredevil suit is awesome.
Yeah.
I just really like how he moves around in it. It's just cool to me.
I love how Vaggie also comments like the horns are a little much.
Yeah. I was like, good point. But then I heard it explain that it's like him accepting the role that the name
Devil of Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, the name that the city gave him, which I actually am on board with.
I was 100% on board.
I did like that though. That's a neat way to transition into the name Daredevil. Just go from the Devil of Hell's Kitchen because he's been framed and all that stuff.
Yeah, and so I thought the suit was really amazing. It's like it's got the black in it, and then it's all red.
It's got armor.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
And then I love now that his batons can actually come together now, and I'm just like, oh, that's so cool. Yeah. Like I'm geeking out about it, and so like
what the hell happened? Did he throw that thing through the window at the guy who was driving the car?
Yes.
Okay. Because that's what it looked like, but
I mean, didn't you see like when he first like threw it, it like bounced off a wall and hit somebody in the face, and it went back to his hand?
That's true. It did do that, didn't it?
Like
I missed that part.
That's another one of his abilities. He can sense how this thing is going to impact on everything. It's amazing.
Nice.
I'm sorry, I know you don't fully understand it. But...
No, it's really cool. I did like that whenever he did. He did this in the first fight scene. He takes like the guard or one of the goons like electro rods or whatever, and he throws it at the friggin' warehouse container, and it bounces right off and hits the dude right in the head. Mm-hmm. I thought that was cool.
But yeah, I love the suit. I think it really works well, even for like an updated Daredevil suit.
Yeah.
So. But last thing I gotta add before we finish up this topic and move on to trailers, which are like a shit ton.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Another fun fact: there was more than one hero created during that toxic spill.
Really?
This is gonna be
more than one hero.
This one's gonna be a funny one, but
is it gonna be Astro?
No.
Okay, it can't be Astro because they already showed him.
Want me to tell you who it is?
Sure.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Okay, so when
is that canon?
When the comics were first made, the first panel when the ooze was being dripped was because a boy saved a blind man in the street, and at the end of the comics, the boy said he went blind as the toxic spills fell into the sewers.
Huh. That's interesting.
So people have literally made the fan theory that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles live in the same universe as Daredevil, and were created at the same time.
Which kind of ties them into the Marvel universe. They haven't been casted bad either. Damn it.
No, the turtles were really good. Which is just some fun little story for you to just think about.
That's nice. I could talk about this show all day.
Yeah.
But we gotta move on.
Trailers.
Because there were like 1.5 million trailers that premiered this week.
Which one do you want to hit first? Fantastic Four or Jurassic Park?
I kind of want to talk about Jurassic Park first, just because that was the last one that I saw.
Jurassic Park. I am actually looking kind of forward to this.
Yeah, it's weird because I've heard a lot of people saying, "Oh, they're not really excited after seeing that trailer." But then I watched it and I'm like, I'm actually pretty pumped to see this movie.
Like
My only problem that I have with it is that all of the dinosaurs look really cartoony.
Not to me.
Well, I mean, if in comparison to the first film, they don't look realistic.
It's because it's CG and it's not that...
I know, but they still use CG in the first movie.
I mean, it's that new wave.
But they still looked like they were real. These ones, all of them look really cartoony. But I'm still excited, man.
Like I love how Chris Pratt is training the raptors.
Yeah, I love all of that.
And like
everything he's talking about them, it's about trust and all that. I'm like, that's what an actual trainer would say. What the hell? And so I'm really excited about that. One thing that caught me in the trailer is when the big freaking thing, I think it's a Leopardon, but I don't know.
The
takes
underwater?
Takes out the freaking pterodactyl. I love that shot.
What I think it's funny is they're like, it's even bigger than a T-Rex, and I'm like, well, a T-Rex is not that much bigger, but then how would, oh my god, and it's like a T-Rex with actual arms and fucking like armadillo skin on top of its head. Like,
I'm interested to see, because I did like the whole idea of, and this is going to make me sound super nerdy, the thing of being able to claw out its the tracker and then killing for sport. For some reason, when he said killing for sport, I immediately went to Attack on Titan.
And then they're like, it's just an animal, a highly intelligent animal.
Yeah.
It took out a tracker. Don't fuck with this thing.
Yeah, I was like, that's awesome. So I'm super pumped for this movie.
Yeah, so I don't care what other people are saying. I'm really excited.
Yeah,
this whole trailer, this trailer was like my faith in like this movie actually has a chance.
Yeah, I just love the idea of like everybody being in the park at the one time and all the dinosaurs attacking at once. It's just really crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything's going nuts.
And supposedly like this T-Rex can communicate with the other dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I kind of want them to go the whole thing like they did in How to Train Your Dragon 2, where they like get mind controlled and turn on Chris Pratt. I don't know. It's a thought. Anyway,
it's interesting. I can't wait.
Yeah. So let's go down to Fantastic Four. It's not Fan Four Stick anymore. They changed it because everybody called it Fan Four Stick, so they changed it back to Fantastic Four.
I'm still not impressed.
Really?
I'm
a little bit more on board with it. But only a little bit, because I at least know.
I'm still gonna see it.
I at least know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, at least
because the first trailer, I was like, okay.
So is it another dimension?
Yeah, are they in space? Did they travel? I don't know what's happening.
And then at least in the trailer, it explained, they're gonna be the first people to do interdimension travel.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm a bit on the fence about the thing, man.
Like I said, I'm still not impressed. I'm still gonna see it, and I'm like, I'm not at the point like I am with Unfriended. Like this is gonna be a bad movie, and I know it.
I don't think it is. I don't know, man.
I'm at the point where I'm
all right with it right now, man.
Yeah, at this point, I'm like, it's got a chance. Just don't fuck up. And Dr. Doomshed is in there, so
yeah,
he's the main villain.
He looks all right.
I haven't got a really good look at him. I want to see him full-fledged.
Well, I mean, in that one side face glance that we got of him, profile is the word I'm looking for. Profile shot that we got of him is pretty good. I don't know, and I didn't see a lot of the whole. Everybody's talking about Reed Richards being able to stretch. I didn't see it that much in the trailer.
It was actually pretty obvious.
Okay, I mean, I saw him slink out of the whole.
I mean, at least we got to see the. I think at least we got to see like the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, and
which
the thing,
I don't know.
You don't like the design?
It's all right.
I kind of like it.
It's all right. I just don't. I don't understand because he's like massive.
He is pretty big.
Which I guess he's supposed to be, and he's not talking. I don't know. And this is a weird thing to comment on, but it doesn't look like he's wearing clothes.
I don't think he is.
So it's just weird to me.
I don't know, but I didn't hate the design.
I didn't hate it either. I'm gonna have to see the movie just to be like, maybe.
I think I'm gonna like the Human Torch much better in this movie.
Yeah, absolutely. Because the guy Michael B. Jordan is a really likable actor.
And like when I heard like the way he was talking and everything, like we should help people, and I'm just like, wow, you're gonna be a good character.
Yeah,
that's all I could think.
I'm alright. I'm okay. I am kind of on board with this movie.
Okay.
So it wouldn't be too terrible for me to watch this.
So, Scary Movie, Scream, the TV series. Your thoughts?
I don't have an opinion.
Well, I know you've only seen the first two movies.
No. Well, I only watched I've only seen the second and third. I've never seen the first movie.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, we need to change that.
Okay.
But
I get the point of the first movie, and I've seen Scary Movie, so there's that.
I'm actually looking forward to it after watching the fifth movie, which is basically almost like a satire of the whole movie franchise.
I don't know how you turn something like that into a TV show. Like I'm very on the fence about this whole, because this is turning into a trend now. Let's take a horror movie and turn it into a TV show. Hey, I don't know how you do it.
Hey,
like I look. There have been good ones.
Bates Motel and Hannibal are like the best shows right now.
They are, and I'll fully agree to that because they're character studies about these two people. But I mean, something like Scream, which is obviously slasher. I mean, I don't see how that works unless you focus on the killer. I mean, like Bates Motel and Hannibal have been doing.
I mean, at least we're not doing characters like Nightmare on Elm Street or like Jason Voorhees.
They did that already. It did not work.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the Friday the 13th TV series is a thing that exists.
It exists?
Yes.
Oh my god.
And also,
the internet.
Freddy Krueger had his own TV show for a little while.
No way. What? Yeah. Really?
I forget what it was called. It was like Freddy's Nightmares, I believe is what it was.
That's crazy.
So this has been they have tried this.
You know what this means, though?
What is that?
They'll try again.
I don't know. I'll have to see, because if the next Friday the 13th movie doesn't perform well, they might end up going to TV.
Oh yeah, it's getting one more movie.
Yeah,
it's not even like the sequel, is it? It's like a remake.
Yeah, well, I don't know what it is. All I know is that it's found footage, which I don't understand how you make a remake.
But see, your brother agreed that might actually be good.
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy.
Oh my god, it is a thing.
Yes, this is a real thing that exists.
You know I'm gonna have to watch it now, right?
Okay, do what you like, man.
I don't. What? Oh.
Yeah. So I don't understand how this whole idea can work. Unless you focus on the villain. Then again, they could just do this whole investigation thing and people just start dying, but then it just feels like a movie that's longer than it should be.
Okay, this has nothing to do with Jason Voorhees.
Okay.
I'm like reading this whole thing. So it's just got Friday the 13th's name in it, but it has nothing to do
with Jason Voorhees.
It has nothing to do with Jason Voorhees.
Yeah.
But they do see Freddy's Nightmares.
Yeah. Which was kind of like an anthology Goosebumps type of thing, where he's like the crypt keeper. I know that doesn't make any sense.
This actually has at least like him as a host or some shit. So it actually Friday the 13th TV series, no relation to Jason Voorhees.
But it's Friday the 13th.
I don't give a shit.
And also Halloween.
The TV series.
And also Halloween was supposed to be an anthology series.
It really, I know that. I knew that one was. There was talks to making that a TV show.
Which could have worked.
After the third movie.
If they'd have gone with the whole... If they'd have actually fully committed to the whole anthology series rather than just focusing on Michael Myers, it could have worked.
Well, have you seen the third movie?
I haven't, but I know of it.
Okay, it has like nothing to do with Michael Myers?
Absolutely nothing, yeah, I know.
Yeah, so that's why they were going to do a TV series, because if that did well, they were going to do it.
It didn't do well.
It didn't do well at all.
Because everybody was pissed.
Well, because it had nothing to do with Michael Myers, and they had the Halloween stamp on it, and it's just like...
I don't know what's happening, yeah.
I'm sorry, I mean, like, you're putting the name on there to sell the movie, but you're not selling the movie. You're selling an entirely different
product. Like, Halloween 2 wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, I don't know how to feel about this whole Scream thing. I'm definitely gonna have to see it first. I'll watch the first episode.
What worries me is that it's on MTV. Not that MTV does bad shows.
It's just that they very rarely do anything good.
There you go. So that's what scares me, and I'm like, the only reason I think that they're doing this is because shows like Breaking Bad and Walking Dead have gotten away with doing really gory stuff lately. So they're thinking...
Well, Hannibal has also gotten away with some really grotesque imagery for a regular network show.
So I'm thinking, they're thinking, oh, well, maybe we can do this and do this right. And I'm like, in a way, I don't think... Because they're going to follow the teens in the story, obviously. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be this whole mystery finding out who the new Ghostface is. Because as far as I'm aware, it's still taking place in the town where Ghostface once existed.
And I don't think that this really can work. Because if they do the whole mystery thing, and the big thing that's going to help this is if they really build up the characters and they actually feel like real people. Because then you'll actually care about what happens to them, and then story will happen, and blah, blah, blah. But if they don't, and it's just typical, here's your cliched cattle to be killed off later, then it's just going to feel like a slasher film that's running longer than it should.
Yes, it will.
So that's the fear that I have.
The way I think that they got to be careful with is how many people they kill and like casting choices. You can't kill too many people because reasons of being that you'll just turn into a really, really horrible slasher film.
Yeah.
And then you're just killing people to kill people, and then characters so you can get actual character development so when people do die, it impacts you.
Yeah, it impacts what's happening.
And then the mystery has to be somewhat good. Because apparently Ghostface is getting a new redesign, so I don't know what's up with that.
What?
Yeah, like they were saying that the mask isn't going to be the mask that it usually is.
Why?
I don't know.
That makes absolutely no sense.
Which is weird because the people in the town know what the Ghostface mask is. I mean, the whole thing in the movie is that they actually got a movie based on this actual live event that happened. And so it's really weird, and I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what. That's why I'm curious to see it. And actually, I'm probably one of the few people looking forward to actually watch this.
I'll give it a shot. Sure, why not? If it's terrible, then, I can only watch 2 episodes and then I'll be out.
And then Deadbeat has started back up with its 2nd season. Mm-hmm. So Deadbeat is actually a pretty good show that I've been watching, and I wasn't too sure if it was going to get its 2nd season.
Oh, really?
Even though they kind of left off with something at the end. And so I'm happy to see that it's got its 2nd season. It's already out. I think it's got like 16 episodes.
Oh, that's nice.
13 or something like that.
I'll have to check it out. How long are the episodes?
Like 45 minutes each.
Because it seems like... you remember that show Reaper?
Yes.
Except, funnier?
Yes.
So I'd have to check it out because I remember watching the trailer that came out when the show first aired and really thinking that was funny. So yeah, I'm interested to see how this will turn out.
Yeah, I
might check it out after I finish watching Cowboy Bebop and also Ninjago.
What else came out? I feel like we're missing a trailer.
Yeah, we're missing a lot of trailers.
Which one?
We are missing the 3 major ones that came out.
Ant-Man.
Yeah, Ant-Man.
Ant-Man, which is a Marvel film, and I think this is going to be like one of the best movies.
I think it looks great, man.
I mean, like the whole thing with the Thomas the Train thing, and
I thought that was awesome.
And then it zooms out and you just see the train.
It's got the perfect tone, that trailer does. And I really want the movie to have that tone because it's like the super serious. It's like this serious, but also kind of not because it understands that this concept is ridiculous, so it'll have fun with it, which I absolutely love.
So yeah,
and I'm really pumped. I'm on board with it. Just I want to see that fight
with Yellow Jacket.
The entire fight because man, does that look like it's going to be fun.
I can't imagine it not being fun.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to it. And that's pretty much all I have to say about it. I will no longer just steal anything or break into places. What do you need me to do? I need you to break into some place and steal some stuff.
Of course. I love that. He's like, why else do you need me?
I thought that was great. I'm confused, though, because Yellow Jacket's supposed to be the villain, but from what I understand, Yellow Jacket is Hank Pym in the comics. So I'm confused as to how that's supposed to work. Then again, I only know about Yellow Jacket because I watched the Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and he is really terrible in
I don't
that
know.
show.
I'm gonna go look up some comic book history.
His introduction in that show is really awful. Because basically what happens is that after Ultron attacks, Hank Pym goes into depression, quits the Avengers. Then he becomes crazy
and becomes
Yellow Jacket, which
Yeah.
who's apparently killing people. And then all of a sudden, when they finally figure out that it's Hank Pym, he joins up with the Avengers again. But he says, "Don't call me Ant-Man. I'm Yellow Jacket." And I'm like, what the hell is going on? It's just really weird.
Yeah, it's some weird shit that happens, which is also interesting because Iron Man is going to be building Ultron, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
So
I'm intrigued with that. I'm so pumped to see this movie. I have a ticket for an IMAX screening, and I'm going into this movie completely blind. Haven't watched a single trailer. I am ready for this fucking movie.
I've already known who Ultron was.
I know too.
And so it's pretty interesting because I've seen storylines where he's actually won. And Ultron actually fears the Hulk because the Hulk is the one thing that he has trouble killing. Because the Hulk gets stronger as you piss him off more.
Yeah, that's true. I wonder if that's a thing in this new continuity.
We'll see.
I don't understand why it wouldn't be. But,
And then, of course, we got the Hulkbuster, and so, stuff like that.
I've heard about that, and I've seen stills, kind of, because every time I see a still, I'm like, nah. So I've only, catch glimpses. But I'm ready, man. Like, when I heard about the Avengers the first time, I was like, yeah, Hulkbuster! And it wasn't in that movie. And
so Vision should be in there, too,
yeah.
which, wow, I can't wait.
I can't wait for that either, man.
Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver.
Yeah. Man, Aaron Taylor Johnson, please be good in this movie. He's the one guy, man, that I'm worried about. Only because
we already got a Quicksilver too, didn't we?
Yeah, we got a Quicksilver that was really great, and also he was terrible in Godzilla.
That is true.
So there's that.
I don't know what was up with his acting in Godzilla. I want to say it was the director's fault.
I absolutely want to say that too. I just don't know because he's a very expressive guy. You can see that in the Kick-Ass films.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll see. He has a chance.
Yeah.
I mean, even if he does fail, we got already a great cast of characters.
Yeah, but that's what I'm worried about because they've done so well at casting every single hero to this point. I don't want Quicksilver to be the guy who's like,
why?
You missed the mark. And then, but...
Hey, at least I think the casting for Vision is pretty good. I think he'll do well.
Yeah, it's the same guy who's voicing Jarvis, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Because that's a great idea. I don't know if... Because in the way that I saw it in the TV show, the Avengers TV show, is that Ultron created Vision.
Yes.
And then Vision kind of turned on him because he figured out that all this stuff was immoral. But then in this movie, it's going to be Jarvis, apparently. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of stuff to keep with continuity.
Yeah.
Although, I can't wait to see what's going to be shown at the end trailer.
The
end credits.
It has to be the spider.
No, I mean...
You could not. Even if it's not an actor, it's going to be a swing at some point.
I mean...
Because they've got that rights. There's no way in hell that they're going to... That's not even true, because they're not going to have an after-credit scene. They're going to have a mid-credit scene, but they're not going to have an after-credit.
Well, I mean... You know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The coming attractions thing, yeah.
Although I will stay for the after credits because I'm sorry, I just don't trust them.
We're trained at this point to do that.
I mean,
it was one of those things because
it's so funny because you see people when they go and see a Marvel movie,
you'll see people
leave and you're like, "What are you fucking idiots?"
And I'm just sitting here that's what happened when I watched Avengers for the first time. I'm sitting there and the credits are rolling and everybody starts getting up to leave. I'm like, peasants.
I remember me and my dad.
I'm sitting there with my brother, and even he knows he's 10, and he was 10 at the time, and even he knew to just stay and wait until the after credits.
I think.
By the way, that was the most brilliant thing I've ever seen.
I think it was either Iron Man or something like that. At the end credit, everybody started leaving because it showed one credit scene, and then it showed another after credit scene if you didn't stay. And all these people left because they thought that was it. It was me and my dad and 2 other people left in the theater. And then it showed it showed Nick Fury coming in. He's like, where I want to talk to you about the Avengers project. I'm like, ah!
Correct me if I'm wrong. Did we stay for the after credits for Godzilla?
No.
Did we not?
No.
I thought we did.
No. Was there something at the end?
No. I just thought that we stayed there. No. We stayed there for, what was it? The Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, we wanted to
That's right. Because we wanted to make sure that they weren't going to do an after credit scene, which they probably should have. No, they didn't have anything.
But no, Godzilla didn't have anything after the credits. Yeah. I know that for a fact. But we're getting Mothra and King Ghidorah.
Yeah, King Ghidorah. It's going to be awesome. Presumably, it's going to be awesome.
We can hope.
It's got the same director who's going to do the same thing, apparently. So...
God damn it! I hate when he made that.
I don't get it.
I hate that when he made that statement. I'm like, don't do the exact same thing. Please don't.
This is really terrible.
And I laugh at people that try to argue to me about what's good about the movie, and I go, "Tell me what's good about it." And I'm like,
"Did you watch the CinemaSins for that film?"
No. Yes.
It's amazing. He starts taking points off for the awesome stuff that Godzilla does.
And then, like, he just, like, I like at one point, he's like, wow, that was a really awesome thing that Godzilla did. And then Yuka went away. He goes, 20 extra points. And I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
He, like, added, like, points for Nova. And then, like, at the end, he, like, you just see those points just go ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, when he's blowing the fire into the thing's throat, which honestly was awesome. It wasn't worth the entire movie, but it was pretty badass. My favorite shot, though, is that when the Muto's breaking out, he's like, man, 45 minutes into this movie, and Godzilla, that's not even Godzilla.
I love the CinemaSins for this. They're doing Paranormal Activity right now.
I did watch the second one of that, yeah.
Yeah, they're doing Paranormal Activity now, and so I'm kind of, like, laughing at it, because they're like, really? It's the same shit again? He goes, okay, night 14. He goes, why am I still even here?
I thought that was really funny.
Why is nobody looking at these cameras they conveniently installed in several rooms for the purpose of looking at these 7 cameras?
Maybe it was the wind.
He goes, oh wait, he goes, I bet you did the whole freaking thing. He goes, oh, your wife got possessed. I bet it was the wind. I'm just like, oh my god.
Oh man, his delivery is so perfect, and he was in a Nostalgia Critic review, which I thought was hilarious.
Oh man, I love CinemaSins. Just the way he just like has that perfect voice for this.
Yeah.
He's like, oh wow, thanks. I waited 30 minutes for this movie for this one entire scene. Thanks.
Yeah. But anyway, we're getting off topic. So we're talking about Ultron. So super excited for Ultron. Another trailer that came out last week, because this is a week late, is, I don't know, what do you want to go with? Because there's 2 trailers left, and they're arguably the most important.
Which are they?
They were Batman
v Superman. Batman and Superman, and then
Star Wars.
Star Wars. And then, of course, Star Wars. Okay. Let's start with Star Wars.
Okay.
So, apparently there was this convention for Star Wars geeks.
Yeah. Star Wars Celebration.
Apparently there was 2 trailers.
Yeah.
One was Star Wars The Force Awakens, which, by God, was like
amazing.
Like when I saw Chewie and Han, and watching the people reacting to this, they were like freaking out, like yeah. And then
I don't know, man. For my money, Luke's voiceover trumps everything.
Oh man,
I just thought that was great.
So do you think it's his daughter or something?
I don't know. It's weird.
This trailer leaves you with all the good shit.
Because he's like, my sister has it, and he's passing off the lightsaber, and everybody assumes that it's Leia that he's passing the lightsaber off to. I honestly don't know who it is.
I can't tell if it's like maybe a daughter of Leia or like a daughter of his, or if it's a son.
I don't understand.
Or if he's like got a son or something, but we don't even know who the.
I geeked out, man.
We don't even know who the Sith is, or the so I mean like. It's really just like this trailer tells you nothing, but tells you everything that you want to hear.
It pretty much is like Star Wars is coming. That's about it.
Here's all the things that you wanted to see in the trailer, but we're not gonna tell you anything else. And it's like
a Black Nerd brought up something really funny that I thought was great.
What?
He's like, the black guy is a stormtrooper, which we're all suddenly cool with, I guess.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie,
because nobody's pissed off about that anymore, which is weird.
Well, nobody was. I think it was all just one joke, because that's how I was when I first saw the trailer. I looked at it and I was like, why is there a black guy in here? That was like the first joke I made.
And he's pretty much officially a stormtrooper, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, stormtrooper. That's going to be a character. So this will be
which is something that has not been done.
And then of course Star Wars Rebels, which like it's nothing but like a voiceover of who's doing the voiceover. Have you heard it?
No, I haven't watched it because I haven't watched the show.
No, you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
No.
What do you mean, nah?
Star Wars Rogue. That's what it's called.
Oh, Rogue One. Yeah, I didn't watch this either.
All you get to see is the Death Star, and that says it all.
I'm so lost, but in a good way. I'm intrigued.
You know you want to see it.
You have my attention.
I was looking at it, and I was like, oh, there's the moon. Okay, what are we supposed to see here? I saw one of the fighters flying by, and then like it gets to the full view, and I'm like, oh, the Death
That's
Star.
no moon.
And I was so geeked out. I'm like,
yeah, that was a pretty effective teaser, I'll say.
Yeah, and I was just like, as a kid.
What the hell is that story even about, though? Is it about the first Sith? Because that's awesome. If that's what that
it's supposed to take. I think it's supposed. It's from what I understood, it was supposed to like take place between, either between 1 through 6 of the movies, or taken before or after, like before or right after 3 and 4.
Because didn't it say before the Knights of the Republic? Because that's like 300 years before the trilogy.
So maybe right before maybe we're gonna see the first Sith.
So that's pretty cool. I'm intrigued. I'm probably gonna see that movie.
I know, right? It's like it makes you want to see it now.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm already gonna go see The Force Awakens when that comes out, just because I'm so intrigued by this new bad guy.
Yeah, I have no.
The guy with the dual tilted lightsaber.
Yeah.
He's so they only show glimpses of this dude, but I'm so like, yeah.
He's kind of got like almost like a Darth Vader mask, but not really, and it's really weird, and I want to see it. Okay, we got room for one more trailer, and we got to wrap this up.
Okay. Batman v Superman.
The
Dawn
trailer
of the Justice League that returns to the Jedi of the Force, and things of that nature. The title is so stupid.
The Justice League.
Dawn of Justice, yeah.
I'm sorry, you're gonna try to get as many of the Justice League members in here, and they're gonna be poor characters. I don't think it'll ever work.
I don't know.
You can argue it as much as you want, but Spider-Man is a prime example of why you can't have too many people in one movie.
Fair point. But I don't know, man, because there's literally nothing in this movie besides Batman and Superman. Or nothing in this teaser besides Batman and Superman.
But we know they're going to be in there. We
do. I'm interested. The thing that
and not to mention Lex Luthor is in here for some reason, and he's going to play a big part. So let's just keep this in perspective.
By the way, did you watch the Honest trailer?
For what?
For Batman vs Superman.
No.
It's like the same trailer, but they like add dialogue to it. And by the end of it, he's like, Batman featuring Superman. Rush to the Justice League.
Like, it's
hilarious.
I don't think it's gonna work. I really don't.
I don't know, man. I saw this trailer, and I was like, the thing that I got from this trailer is, hooray! Ben Affleck looks like Bruce Wayne.
I mean...
And that was it.
They could try as much as they want, and I'm still gonna see it. There's just no doubt about it. But I just don't see how it could work.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't.
I don't see it either, especially with how many people they're going to cram into this. Then again, theoretically, you could have a movie that it just has Batman versus Superman, and then at the end have one of them walk into a room and be like, "We've been expecting you," and it's just everybody else.
See, I'd like it if it was that, but Lex Luthor is a main villain in this.
That's true, Jesse Eisenberg.
So, you know what everybody's actually kind of looking forward to? Aquaman.
I am too.
People really like his design.
Yeah, his design is pretty nice. But again, I have no preference, so I'm like, I'll have to see it. I want to see that one shot in the movie where it's just like, yeah, Aquaman's got mad sharks, yo.
But see, I still have one problem with this movie. The only reason Batman was ever able to ever fight Superman was because Superman gave him the kryptonite, so just in case if anything ever happened to Superman, Batman could take him out. They don't know each other as far as I'm aware.
No, they don't.
Unless they're going to try to bullshit their way and saying, no, the Justice League has already been a part of thing that's already been established.
Which is going to be awful if they don't do it right.
Yeah, so I mean...
I don't know, it's just... I'm really on the fence about this movie. The trailer looks good. I'll give it that.
I prefer Fantastic Four over this right now.
Fair enough.
That's how I feel about this.
I'm more just happy that Ben Affleck looks like Bruce Wayne, and that's about the only thing that really grabbed me.
I don't think he's gonna play a bad Batman. I think he's gonna.
No, he's not.
And I mean, at least it's like his redemption from Daredevil. You know, he gets the chance to redo it, pretty much.
It all goes back to Daredevil.
That's so funny because really every step of this movie has received nothing but horrible criticism. Not that it's not bad criticism.
Yeah.
These are very valid points that are being brought up.
I don't know. I don't know what the plot is. I don't know what any of the characters, what their roles are.
Nope.
I think I'm going to need to see another one just to be like, yeah, I'm on board.
Before you're just like, I'm 100% on board with this movie. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah, But then Black Nerd also brought up something that I thought was really weird. Because he was like, and you see that shot of Ben Affleck and he's looking at the bat suit. And he looks really good as Bruce Wayne. However, can you imagine how cool it would have been if it actually was Christian Bale? And I started thinking about it. I was like, that would have been amazing. And I was like, he has a good point. Damn, I want to see that movie now. It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
Sadly,
you know better. You know better.
We'll see. I just don't get it.
There.
So,
at least you have hopes for this movie.
I have a tiny bit of hope.
I have no hope.
I've watched a lot of people, though, shit on this trailer. And what's weird is that every point that they make is valid.
It is. Almost everything's valid.
Because people were like, no, this was a crap teaser. It showed us things that we already knew. And I was like, yeah. Batman and Superman are in the movie and they're going to fight. That was pretty much the whole teaser.
False God and like there's a
that was it.
There's like a statue of Superman for whatever reason.
I'm just... We'll see. Like, I haven't really gotten to that point. Like, it wasn't like Jurassic World where the trailer is just immediately, just the way it's structured, I'm just like really pumped for that movie.
Oh man, Jurassic World, I was like, I'm already just like, this is gonna be a good chance to redeem itself.
Yeah.
I'm like, this movie has no choice but to be good at this point.
Yeah. Chris Pratt, do us proud. If you don't...
Hey, I mean, at least he'll make the movie funny.
Yeah. I'm so interested. I think that's the coolest thing, the whole Raptors. But anyway...
We have to wrap up, even though I'm pretty sure there's plenty more we could talk about.
Yeah, there is. But we only have an hour show.
Yeah, which we kind of already went over big time.
So,
anyways, that's it for this, guys. If you want to find me on Twitter, you can find me at MyFriendsIHate. And you can also find me on YouTube at on MyFriendsIHate, all one word, where I do reviews, skits, short films, and I let you know what you're going to be watching in movies, TV show, and anime. I just did a review for Aldenoto Zero, which is something you guys should definitely check out.
It's a pretty good review, I'll say.
I plan to do a Japanese drama show, which is based off a manga called The Liar Game, which should be up here pretty soon, so be looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So, Nick?
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube at IronMan1993, which is my Twitter handle, but whatever, you can find it on YouTube anyway. Yeah, you can check out my latest review, or I guess because we're on hiatus now, my reviews for the first 8 episodes of Power Rangers Dino Charge. Won't be getting those for a while, but I will be doing Ninjago, and if you're listening to this, that video is probably up right now, episode 30, so, yeah, just look forward to that, guys.
Yeah, so until then, I'll see you mons next time.
May the power protect you.